Welcome to Eurofins' newest laboratory. I'm Lawrence Smith. I'm the Chief Operating Officer of our genomics unit here. And before we get started, I know there's some questions about the weather. I was hoping we would get the weather we had Sunday, but unfortunately the rain came. I hope the worst has passed, but if we do suddenly get some storms, some severe wind, we can head inside into the central gathering area where we'll be doing the tours later today. And we'll give you instructions through here, but it's just through our main entranceway and into an area that would be safer if those do come. I think it's probably like weddings though, right? Rain on your grand opening day is probably a good thing. My personal story is I relocated to Kentucky more than 10 years ago. I found it to be a great place to do business, and I found that my family thrived in this environment and in this city and state. So imagine my excitement when a few years ago I met the leadership of Eurofins, and they were interested in creating a state-of-the-art genomics laboratory right here in Kentucky. I've been very pleased to be on that journey with them and very pleased to be able to share this day with you. And we have many great speakers, both from the city, the state, as well as from our business. So without more ado, I'll get to them. But first, I'd like to thank some of the individuals and organizations that helped get us here today. First, I'd like to thank Governor Bevin, Mayor Greg Fischer, Congressman John Yarmouth and Carolyn Tandy of his office, Metro Council President David Yates, and Councilman Benson. Thank you for attending today's event. We appreciate it. We also want to thank the Commonwealth of Kentucky, Louisville's Metro government, the Mayor's office, the Metro Council, Louisville Forward, Greater Louisville, Inc., the Metro Chamber of Commerce, the Kentucky Cabinet of Economic Development, and UPS. Each of these organizations were instrumental in guiding Eurofins and making this location possible. We also want to thank our sponsors for today's event, DuPont, 3M, Thermo Fisher Scientific, and BU Mario. Those were sponsors of the event today. Thank you very much for making this possible. And how about this beautiful building? I know you can't see all of it just yet, but I'm sure you saw it as you come up. It's a great site. And I have a few people to thank for making this possible. The fine folks at Hollenbach Oakley, Gray Construction, Luckin and Farley who did the design, Ivy Mechanical, Amtech Electric, and all of the other contractors and subcontractors that helped build it. Thank you very much. So for our first speaker, I would like to introduce Dr. Bruno Poddevin, Senior Vice President of Genomic Services. A molecular biologist by education, Dr. Poddevin completed his postdoctorate fellowship at the National Cancer Institute in Bethesda, Maryland. Prior to joining Eurofins, Dr. Poddevin spent 15 years in various biotech startups, each one involved in the deciphering of the human genome and development of applications based on genomic knowledge. He joined Eurofins 10 years ago, when Eurofins was 10 times smaller, in order to bring genetic technology to the group and extend the test portfolio, which at that time was tens of thousands of tests, and to bring in DNA-based testing into it. Under Dr. Poddevin's leadership, Eurofins Genomics business has transformed into a global leader in genomic services, with laboratories in Europe, India, Japan, and now Louisville, Kentucky. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Bruno Poddevin. Thank you.
Mr. Governor, Mr. Mayor, dear customers, partners, and collaborators, ladies, gentlemen, it is a great pleasure and a great privilege for me today to formally unveil the latest and most state-of-the-art laboratory of the Eurofins Group, dedicated to serve the US market with our most advanced genomic services as well as food testing services. It is also a great honor to share this special moment with all of you who contributed to make it possible and who will contribute to make it successful. On behalf of Eurofins, let me welcome you in our brand new facility. Let me welcome you in the latest laboratory of the Eurofins Group in the US. Let me welcome you in the most technologically and logistically advanced genomics laboratory of Eurofins in the US. Let me welcome you in Eurofins' new national hub for food microbiology testing. And let me welcome you in Eurofins' Louisville, Kentucky analytical testing laboratory. This is not the first, not the largest laboratory of the Eurofins Group. Not yet. As a world leader in bioanalytical testing, Eurofins build or owns already more than 225 laboratories in more than 39 countries, covering today more than 3 million square feet of state-of-the-art laboratories. However, this laboratory is very unique. With its proximity with the Louisville airport and our partnership with UPS, we shall be able to offer same-day or overnight testing services to all our customers across the country. Being ideally connected to the entire country was for us one of the key drivers to select Louisville as a home for our new lab. However, this would not have been enough without the dynamism and strong support from all the local resources and leaders involved in the economical development of the city and the state, which I'm glad to be given the opportunity to thank in person today. Thank you very much, all of you. Eurofins' vision and mission is to contribute to continuously improve the health and the quality of life of people by making food safer and healthier, environment cleaner and more sustainable, pharmaceutical drugs more efficient and less toxic, and diagnostics always faster and more accurate. We bring our contribution by providing analytical testing services to scientists and leading industrial companies in the world to help them making better products under better conditions. As of today, this new lab will increase our reach and enable us to deliver our vision and our mission from Louisville more efficiently to more people. Together, in Louisville and from Louisville, we'll be putting all our company strengths and keep trying hard to make the life better for more people. 3 years ago, this building was not even a concept, and by far not a project or an investment plan. All the local support that we have received here did the rest, and in a record time of less than 18 months, made this building, but also our entire project become a reality. I'm ready now to become a new ambassador for Louisville and help other business partners to come and experience Louisville attractivity. As you know, Eurofins is a fast-growing company, which started from scratch 27 years ago and is now close to a $2.5 billion revenue company. We recently announced that we would double our size again by 2020. My sincere wish and commitment is to be able to grow this site beyond the group target, and I'm fully confident that with the same support which we have received so far from all of you, we shall be able to exceed this objective and share our growth achievement with the local economy. Again, a big thanks to all of you and a warm welcome in this lab, which, like all other Eurofins lab, will help making our lives a little better. Thank you.
Thank you very much, and thank you for making this possible. Our next speaker is Dr. Douglas Marshall, Chief Scientific Officer with Eurofins Microbiology Laboratories. Formerly, he was the Associate Dean and Professor of Public Health, College of Natural and Health Sciences at the University of Northern Colorado. He was also a professor at Mississippi State University, professor at Louisiana State University, the co-founder and director of Food Safety Institute, and the contributing editor for peer-reviewed scientific journal Food Microbiology. His career focus is to improve quality and safety of foods with numerous publications and consultations in his field. He has been featured in many publications, including Consumer Reports, Fine Cooking, USA Today, Chemtech, Natural Science Updates, the ASM Journal Highlights, and many others. He's received awards from the Mississippi Chemical Corporation for excellence of outstanding work and the International Association for Food Protection Educator Award. He's a fellow and member of the board of directors of the Institute of Food Technologists. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Douglas Marshall.
On behalf of the Eurofins Food Division, we do have 16 laboratories across the United States. We are incredibly pleased, Governor and Mayor, to be able to call this our latest laboratory. This gives our 7,000 customers a new place to do business. Eurofins Microbiology Laboratories, our whole purpose is to protect human health. There are over 500 million foodborne outbreaks just in North America alone, leading to about 150,000 hospitalizations and around 5,000 fatalities. The laboratory that you will see here on the second floor, we are here to test foods to ensure that they are safe for your mothers, your fathers, your daughters, your sons, your grandparents, and everyone else in this room. So the importance of what happens here in Louisville can be felt both locally here in the greater Louisville region, also in the greater region in this part of the country. But again, our customers across the United States, because of the logistics advantage that we have here, will be able to use this location to be able to test their products before they're delivered to your plate, whether at a food service establishment or at a retailer, so that when you consume your evening dinner tonight, you can feel absolutely certain that it's going to be safe for consumption. So on behalf of Mary Kay Krogel, she's here, she's the president of the U.S. Food Division. Really do want to thank her for her support. Sherry Goots, the president of Eurofins Microbiology. And Megan Steit, our local business unit manager, as well as Michelle Lovett, who helped build the facility here prior to our occupation. I do want to thank you very much personally for making this happen. We also have a number of our current customers here, so we do thank you very much for your trust in Eurofins Microbiology. And also the vendors and the local community, we do very much appreciate you contributing to our growth strategy here in Louisville. So thank you very much.
So I think it was just over 20 months ago, our building was a one-story building. And with the work of the Foods Group and others inside Eurofins, we realized we could make this a much bigger facility and expand it to other areas. So thank you very much to the Microbiology Group. All right, now for the main attractions. First, I'd like to introduce Mayor Greg Fischer. Mayor Greg Fischer is in his second term as Louisville's 50th mayor. His administration is focused on three main goals: becoming a city of lifelong learning, becoming a healthier city, and becoming an even more compassionate city. Mayor Fischer describes Louisville as a city in transformation and notes that since 2011, the city has added over 48,000 jobs and 1,900 new businesses. The city has seen the opening of the Abraham Lincoln Bridge downtown, the acceleration of construction of the East End Crossing, and the untangling of Spaghetti Junction. Many of us know that, as well as the opening of the pedestrian and bicycle-friendly Big Four Bridge. The city has advanced education by creating the Cradle to Career Learning Initiative, signing a commitment to improve student performance with JCPS, and achieving a record level of citizens earning college degrees. The city has also earned the International Model City of Compassion recognition for 4 years in a row, in part by creating the mayor's Give a Day week of community service, which drew more than 166,000 volunteers and acts of compassion in April of 2015. Mayor Fischer was named 2013's Public Official of the Year by Governing Magazine. He is a trustee for the U.S. Conference of Mayors and is chair of the Conference Council on Metro Economies and the New American City, which addresses economic problems facing the nation's cities and their citizens. He's an entrepreneur who started several businesses, so he's in good company here. Please join me in welcoming Mayor Greg Fischer.
Thank you. Well, thanks, Larry, and congratulations to everybody here. As I look around the room, I see a lot of our local talent. So John Hollenbach, thank you for being part of this. Councilman, thank you so much for being this as well. Louisville Forward, the state, we've worked really well together on this project. We've been working on this for about 3 years or so when we first met Martin, and I've worked through many iterations about possibly what could happen for Eurofins here in our city. Obviously, a key partner with UPS made this possible. In today's world, as we all know, speed has got to be a competitive advantage. And when you put together the technological savvy of Eurofins with the end-to-runway capabilities of UPS, some tremendous things can happen for customers all over the world. And that logistics and e-commerce cluster is an area where we think we are best in the world. We put that together with our lifelong wellness and aging cluster, and voila, you have a tremendous announcement like we have here today with genomics. We also focus on food and beverage as one of the clusters where we think we're best in the world as well, so we're really appreciative of the expansion into the food line of Eurofins as well. So for us, this is our economic development strategy coming together. We're a city that focuses on innovation and globalization, technology, and quick turnaround, so we're just delighted to have you all here in our community. We do have a food group in Kentucky. Everybody knows it's called Bourbon. That's right. So yes, I could give a boring proclamation, or I could give a bottle of Old Forester, which was the original bottled bourbon in the history of the universe. Started right here in Louisville. So, Ambassador Bruno, I don't know if you guys might want to fight over this, Larry, Martin, or whatever, but on behalf of the city of Louisville, I'm proud to present to you a bottle of Old Forester for Eurofins grand opening here on March 1st, 2016. Congratulations.
Our next speaker is Governor Matthew Bevin, who was recently elected as Kentucky's 62nd governor. He's a husband, father of 9 children, a military veteran, successful entrepreneur, and a small business owner. He credits his upbringing with developing his strong work ethic, firm Christian values, and an appreciation for his family's blessings. Governor Bevin attended Washington Lee University on an ROTC scholarship and serves as an active duty United States Army officer prior to beginning a second career in the finance industry and then relocating to Kentucky more than 17 years ago. Governor Bevin has founded several companies in Kentucky and invested in a number of others throughout the Commonwealth and around the United States. He has managed and expanded multiple businesses across a range of industries, including but not limited to medical devices, manufacturing, and investment management. Governor Bevin has served on many nonprofit boards, including chairman of the board for the American Red Cross Louisville area chapter. He has permanently endowed several scholarship funds, grants, and centers that provide educational opportunities for young people with limited financial resources. The Bevins are active in the community and attend Southeast Christian Church in Louisville, so he's right at home in this neck of the woods. Please join me in welcoming Governor Matthew Bevin.
Thank you very much. Thank you for each of you being here. I mean, on a less than perfect day, and yet still remarkable for the beginning of March, I guess we can't complain in the grand scheme of things. But for those of you who have traveled from afar, and for those of you who have come from maybe just up the road, thank you for being here. Thank you for taking time out of your day to celebrate this incredible opportunity. I look around the room, on average, I'm about the average age of those in this room. But if you remember, it wasn't that long ago when people were talking about mapping the human genome for the first time and really starting to understand the very things that are now being put into application in the building behind us in the most cutting edge and remarkable ways. And as it relates to an understanding of just the physiology, and as it relates to diet, and the very things that, again, are being done in a very cutting-edge way. I'm also struck as I sit here and look, and the mayor has very appropriately made mention of some of those of you who are from this local area, but if you'll humor me for this will warm you up a little bit too, in terms of participation. How many in this room are not originally from Kentucky? How many were not born in Kentucky? Easily 2/3 of the people under this tent. Think about what this company means. The fact that 2/3 of the people gathered under this tent at least, and some of you who were too shy to raise your hands, were not born in this state. We're not from this city. And yet here we are on a rainy day gathered underneath a tent to celebrate the opening of a European company who has dedicated this facility, which I hope you're right, Bruno, is not currently the largest yet, but will have that potential and possibility. Look at the diversity of those under this tent. Look at the racial diversity, the ethnic diversity, the age diversity, the gender diversity. Look around this room. This is the embodiment of everything that is great about Louisville, everything that is great about Kentucky, everything that is great about the science that is being applied behind us. This is an absolute incredible thing to be able to celebrate. I'm honored to be able to share this day with you. I'm grateful for those of you who've contributed to making this possible, for the decisions that were made to invest in this community. I too am not originally from here, and yet you could not get me to leave this state. I'm here on purpose, like so many of you. For those of you who have not yet moved here, there's still room. There's still room, and we're taking applications all the time. So we would love the opportunity to continue to work with you all. Thank you to Eurofins for the dedication that you've made, the commitment of dollars, the diversity of talent and of people that you are bringing to this community, how much better Kentucky is already and will continue to be because of the decisions you've made. It's hard for us. We can't even put it into words. So thank you very much. I do have a small token of appreciation, something that, you know, I'm trying to be a little more responsible as governor than was our mayor in terms of the things that I'm going to hand out. All I will say, but not so completely more responsible, that I'm just going to give you something to hold what he gave you in. And I only have 2 of these, and I also feel bad, but for Bruno, this is something very historic, but also not unique to Kentucky, but kind of novel to us. It's a mint julep cup that you could use. This is something for you as a token of our appreciation from the state of Kentucky. Thank you very much. And Mary Kay, I have one for you as well. If you would join us here. Mary Kay, who's upstairs, who's got and although she doesn't live here yet, she's gonna. She just doesn't know it yet. She's coming. She's coming. This is for you as well. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
And in a few more months, we'll be able to use those cups in bourbon. On a Friday afternoon, actually. All right. Our final speaker is my boss, so please give him a warm welcome when I introduce him. He's Martin Kunz. He's a Swiss citizen and works as the managing director of the U.S. Genomics business here in Louisville, Kentucky, which is one of 4 locations of Eurofins Genomics worldwide. His main responsibility and focus is to grow Eurofins Genomics services in the Americas. He joined Eurofins in 2007 through the acquisition of Operon Biotechnologies and served in the past 4 years first as the Chief Information Officer and Technology Officer before being asked to lead the business in 2010. Please join me in welcoming Martin Kunz.
So from a genomic standpoint, our story begins with a small startup named Operon Technologies by the time, which started to make synthetic DNA in the Bay Area almost 3 decades ago. We were motivated from the desire to build a company that could benefit the research community. We were driven by the passion to promote science. These qualities have always been valued by the scientific community and remain pillars of the Eurofins mission today. This facility is a great milestone, but nothing great is ever achieved without hard work. On our journey to Louisville, we moved from California to Maryland and most recently to Huntsville, Alabama. And by the way, moving a DNA synthesis company is never easy. After 3 times, I finally believe it. In Huntsville, our lab was retrofitted inside of a historic cotton mill, which was built in 1901, which is now, by the way, the largest privately owned arts facility in the United States. We struggled against the conditions of this century-old building to run effectively a high-complexity lab until deciding to look elsewhere. When deciding where to relocate, we started by prioritizing the customer needs. Time is very critical for our researchers. We could see an opportunity to reshape the research marketplace by combining superior logistics with customized products, which could save time for our customers. It was an interesting concept, but it needed to be validated. To test our theory, we first launched a small lab on Chestnut Street, closer to downtown Louisville. It offered overnight DNA sequencing services, the first nationwide, by the way, and to test how much customers would appreciate the speed of the service we can deliver. The reaction was almost immediate. Hundreds of orders and thousands of samples came in each day as customers recognized the benefits of the speed to their research. Moving now an entire genomics company to Louisville is much more than just packing and unpacking. It requires a tremendous effort and amount of work from many people. Furthermore, it is important to emphasize how unique our products are. Unlike stock products, which only require off-the-shelf distribution, each strand of DNA is completely different. This means that each product we create is fully customized. Few people truly understand how complex and vulnerable the process for moving such a company is. Fortunately, employees, friends, and partners in Louisville and elsewhere helped very much to make this successful. After now years of painful work, we are excited to open this new facility. In our eyes, this facility is much more than just concrete, glass, and steel. This building is a new step in our company's story. And like all meaningful steps in life, it was met with careful consideration, hard work, and joy. Luckily, we have all of you here who have contributed so much to this success and to share this moment of joy with us today. With these words, I would like to close and thank you again for your contribution.
1, 2, 3, Eurofins.